as we have started with the formulation of research problem on in the previous class, we will be continuing with the process of research today itself, today also, and we will try to elaborate each and everything in a manner so that it will make you think that when you are doing your research, how can you make it effective? Yes, Geeta Khanwani, you want to say something? Geeta Khanwani, you want to say something? Your mic is on actually. So you want to say something?
Sir, I want to ask one thing.
Yeah, please. Yeah, tell me what you want.
Yes, sir. Actually, I want to ask one thing that is like how we can get to know about our grades about the first assignment, like how much marks we obtained.
I have not yet awarded marks to anyone except 6-7. I will do the evaluation after 2nd of December. Okay, and then only I will just tell you to just go proceed further with your second assignment. Okay, so don't worry about that. I have not yet checked it. It needs a lot of time because a lot of members are, a lot of people are there, and accordingly will take time and do the things. Yeah, I don't understand why people are so less today. Besides, it was told that there will be a regular class. Anyways, but let us just proceed further. So, what do you think after formulation of research problem? What do you think that there will be a next? What can be the next step after you have formulated the research problem? Yes, Geeta, would you like to just throw some light on it?
Sir, could you please repeat it because my network was like a bit disconnected.
My question to you is that what is the next step after formulation of the research problem?
Okay, after the formation of research problem, the like we need to work upon the ROL. So the current studies about the topic, all sort of information which is there in the field, and what are the major gaps in that. So accordingly, we go forward with the content.
We move forward with what?
So with the research means like to know the gaps, and then we move down to the further observation along with that, to formulate the final destination, like on which we topic of like on which we want to do the research.
Geeta, what is the next formal process? This is something stories like thing you are telling. Step, what it will be? What will be the firm step to what it will be called?
Sir, according to me, ROL, it is
RO.
a review of literature.
Okay, okay. The review of literature. Fine. That's what I
Yes.
wanted to listen. So, what do you mean by review of literature? Anyone in the class?
Sir, I can answer it if you want.
Hold on, hold on. Let everyone.
Okay, surely, sir.
Otherwise, you are always there, Geetika. You will. You are always there. Okay. So people are still asking, do we have class? I don't know why they are asking. They might be deeming that today is a holiday, but Guru Nanak Dev Ji has never told that do not work. We have celebrated it in the morning, and now I'm here for on my work. So whatever you do, you have to do it religiously. That's what the religion says. It never says that at the name of the religion you should take holidays or make merry. Anyways, so what do you mean by LOR or literature review or review of literature, whatever you say? Yes. Anyone? What do you mean by this? Review of literature or literature review, whatever. What is literature? Yes. What do you mean by literature? Anyone?
It is a review of
Raise
existing
your hand. Raise your hand.
research.
Raise your hand. Yeah, yeah.
Paper.
Praveen Badoni.
Yes, it's a knowledgeable manuscript.
A knowledgeable manuscript. Okay. अभी गूगल किया है क्या?
नहीं sir.
Okay. So what do you mean by a knowledge? What do you mean by? So okay, you have again put me into two terms: knowledgeable and manuscript.
Right.
So can you elaborate?
So literature, basically in engineering, definitely are basically some facts which are noted down on some paper.
Okay.
So, and in case of industries, it can be a white papers So what the process has been done, it has been noted down in a paper. So, and in case of art, the kind of a story fiction that can be noted on kind of a
Okay,
paper.
if it is not in paper, then what? Not able to note it down on a piece of paper, will
Right,
it be called a literature or not? Or would it still be, we can call it a literature?
Literature can be in the form of video also.
So sometimes literature is not present for the for the studies which we are doing. Then what will you do? Suppose I am doing some work, some research on which literature is not available. Then what will you do?
Then experimentation.
स्मिता पीछे बच्चे बोल रहे हैं स्मिता. Yes. So what will you do if literature is not available for certain things?
Then experiments are there, some calculations, experiments based
But
on some.
experiment also that why we go for experiment even you need to means if is experiment, nobody will allow you to go for experiment directly. They will also ask, okay, what the base do you have? Then what will you do? These are the hassles when we go for a real research. Then these are the things which come up.
Right.
So that's
Right.
why we know that. Yeah. So what will you do in that case? Yeah, anyone, because this is not only a question to Praveen because he has initiated it. It is not only to him. It is to everyone. Please raise your hand. Yeah, Maya.
Sir, in that case, I guess we would have to create our own literature and then go for the research.
Okay, I answered it on that day itself. That first we have to create your literature. Let it be acceptable to the society. It will take some time, but the things which take time, they are mostly good. Okay, so that is one way. So if the literature is not there, then you may start writing something on it. Somewhere some link will pick it up, and somewhere something will you will click with certain things, and the things will start moving. Okay, so this is what naturally happens when we are for a research work also. Okay, fine. So this is what the thing is. Praveen ji was also saying about experiments. So experiments are also sometimes you keep on doing sometimes the experiments are not that much expensive that you can't do it yourself. So at that time itself, if you try to do your experiments, especially in case of social sciences, you may get some success to some extent. For example, it is just like research is more or less like an entrepreneurship. You start a new venture, you do not know what to do, how to do, you need some guide, you need someone with whom you can move on, move forward, move further also. So these type of things may be there in order to have research. So sometimes you do not have that. There is a deadlock. Still you keep trying. Still you whatever you have, you just try that. Okay, you may get some ways to just come out of it. Okay, so that's what the thing is. So review of literature review, when it starts and when it ends. Can anyone tell me? So what to do in literature review, or what we have to actually have in order to do a good literature review? What should be there in order to have a good literature review? Yes, anyone? What is a good literature review? What is literature review? What will you do when you have an idea? What normally we do these days? We just open the Google and type the thing. Am I correct or not? This is a practical way of doing it. No wrong in it. There's nothing wrong in it. But what we do is we just open it and we try to search the thing that has there anything happened. Maybe in any corner of the world something somewhere has done. Or it may happen sometimes that people might have done it, but they have not. That can also be there. Yeah, Kanchan. Something Kanchan
Yes,
Durga.
for a good review paper, we will need a bunch of good and recent papers for writing a comparison of the work.
Okay. So why, Kanchan, we need a recent papers on?
Because sir, if we take the older papers, no, there may be the updation in the like research or the data published. So if we take the recent one, so we can have a we can like go further with our research. We can find
But-
some novelty in our work.
But sometimes, Kanchan, we have to go only for the older research paper only. Then what to do? In that case, what will happen? I need a research which is very old.
Uh,
I do not want the new one. The problem formulation is like that. Still, should I just go for the new one, or there is no end to it?
They are also good for our knowledge purpose. But if someone want to like in a PhD, we search for novelty. Finding a new paper like a recent paper, bunch of recent ones would be a good one. But at the same time, we'll also need the older papers to know how the research has been carried out so long so far.
Okay. So, what I could understand, Kanchan, from your conversation is that you may have the older paper with you. You may have the newer paper with you. Whatever you want to use that. Okay. So
Yes.
again, so here comes the relevance. When I asked you this, the thing which was in my mind was that how relevant it would be. So, so- sorry, it is not necessary that literature should be new, but nobody stops you to even go through the new literature. But what is relevant is most important. The
Yes.
thing which is relevant is the most important one, and then only you should go with it.
Correct.
Okay, so that is something which is required and which should be there. Okay, so that is what is important. Means even when we are, first of all, this is well established that the next stage is the literature review or the review of work. Sometimes you find documents, sometimes you find documentaries. Okay, so it's not necessary that you have to have the documents only all the time. Sometimes you have sometimes you have documentaries, sometimes you have scripts, sometimes you have some scriptures, sometimes you have what we call as जिसको अपन हिंदी में बोलते हैं कलाकृतियां, मूर्तियां,
Uh,
right? Sometimes you have if you are studying, if my research work, I just want to study the medieval age, so I have to go to certain museums where the things have been kept for my study, that what people used to do at that time and what we can do relevantly here. Okay, so there is one in Vedas and Puranas, they have already discovered this step up and step down transformer. Okay. So they already, the mantras, the ucharana of mantras and all these are already, they what is the how much far is a sun. There is one more thing. I have just given that particular video to you, all of you on the group. How many of you have seen that video? That was totally on research, very much relevant. That there is one more sun which is much larger than this existing sun, maybe equal to certain orbits. Okay, the name of that is Jyeshtha. So that Jyeshtha is there. It is there in the scriptures. It is there in the in the ancient times. Long years back, when these Vedas and Puranas were originated, these all things were there. These all were documented over there. Okay, now people are now getting to know. Oh, this is why light can try itself. Why people are so noisy.
Sir, please unmute others. We are unable to hear. There's a lot of disturbance.
Maybe I am. Yeah. Now I think there will be a peace. Yeah. Yes, so yes, Ritu madam, you want to contribute something? Please go ahead. Ritu madam. Ritu madam. Ritu Sharma ji. Yes, ma'am. Please tell. We are not able to hear you. You're not audible properly. Yes, Maya, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. As you were discussing with Kanchan, sir, but I feel unless and until we go through the current literature and current things, whatever research we are doing on that topic, we won't be able to know that if whatever we are planning to do, it is already been held, or where we can get stuck, or what are the limitations for whatever previous research has been done on the same topic what we are doing. So
Obvious, Maya. So that is, so there are various aspects of it. Ritu ma'am, you want to say something?
Yeah, but I think I'm not
Yeah.
audible. No?
You're
Am I
audible.
now?
You're audible. Carry on.
Now I'm audible. Okay, great.
Yes, yes.
So I was just trying to put all the dots together, so joining everything together. So
Please,
maybe
please,
the
Maya.
literature review starts with some keywords, because last time we had discussed about that we start with area of interest, with what we want to do. So it's like following our heart, looking inside, and that gives us some kind of keywords to do. So probably keywords is the first thing we start. Second, how to look for good literature could be by looking at good platforms. So maybe
I was
who's
about to
publishing
come,
what.
on the
So
process of
there
literature
could be some
reviewing. Actually,
societies.
दूध हो रहा था ना.
it's very good that you are telling. Otherwise, I was about to come on the process of literature. That what actually is the process of literature review. Excellent. You please start it up right from the keywords. Excellent. So everyone, please note down the things. These are the things that how you should start your literature review, or from where should I start. अभी कितनी बार स्टूडेंट्स आते हैं सर कहाँ से शुरू करें कैसे शुरू these are the things which even they even do not know, and it's better that we are having this class and we are discussing how to do literature review. So please carry on with your things, that how we have to proceed further with the literature, what actually, though there will be a separate class on a literature review in which we will revise all these things. So Rituji, please tell us that what is the first step. What are first step is keywords you have told, right? So we will just go one by one. So just first you just dictate the steps, you just tell the steps, and then we will keep on moving on each step and how to do actually that. So how to do portion is the most important in this entire process of research, right? So please tell us the process of literature review. Yeah.
All right, so I'll just start reassembling things. So we started with the idea that we have area of interest, that we want to know that there's something there in our mind and we have some rough idea of it. So maybe just picking a few keywords could be a good idea to go about. There could be multiple disciplines, some could be relevant, some could be collaborating and things. So accordingly, some keywords could be picked up, maybe 2, 3, 4, depending upon. So that is probably one idea. Second is to look for good platforms, relevant platforms of the, when we were looking at that, what could be good literature. So there could be some societies, they publish certain things, or
Madam, what is just tell the
and then some.
in one line, just tell. For first is keyword, second is the platform, third is what. So we will keep on coming with one by. Just enumerate these things
All right.
first.
All right. So first is keyword, area of interest. Then there is keywords. Then there could be platforms and publishers. There could be the number of citations. How many people have referred to what thing could be another idea. Then we can go by referring to the new research, and then finally we can go for the older one, so that the new research might also have taken references from the old one. So automatically the old references can be traced by looking at the new. Maybe we can start with new, though I'm not saying that only the new would be more relevant. So maybe the new could be started, and then we can trace the journey back to the old ones. Right. And the forms of literature could be in many different ways. They could be, as you have rightly said, there could be documentaries, there could be films, there could be iconography, sometimes it's material heritage, and sometimes they are scriptures, and they could be paintings, and at times they could be some oral history that you have to probably go to people and maybe discuss with them. So oral histories is also one of the very good resource, I suppose, in terms of literature. Yeah, that's it from my end.
Great. So the first thing is what you call is the keywords. So from where do you get this idea of keywords? Yes. Anyone? Anyone?
Sir, maybe
yes.
we can check the keywords of other researchers published keywords. We can see the abstracts where the keywords are written.
Video has to be on.
Am I visible now, sir?
Not yet.
I can see, sir.
Okay, anyway, carry on.
Yeah, maybe we can see the keywords which have been used by other researchers in their research papers. Just below their abstract, the keywords are written.
Yes, that is one idea. You can pick up the keywords. What can be the other thing? Okay,
Sir, I would like.
So this is number one, how to pick up the keywords. Secondly, how we have to define the keywords in order to have a better search. Yes, Manoj sir, you want to say something, sir? Yes, Manoj ji. Manoj sir, you there?
Sir, yes, sir. I have a doubt also, sir.
Yeah, surely. Carry on.
Yeah. So what is the difference between literature survey and literature review?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is you want to ask first, or do you want to contribute something?
So keywords can be searched from the papers which is already published also.
Okay. So another question comes that if you do not have any, you can say keyword, or you can say any paper published in that situation, what will happen?
Then we can search from our area of interest also. From our area of interest, we can find some appropriate keywords and we can search. Like in my area of interest, blockchain is one keyword. I can search on blockchain technology. I can search on education. That is another keyword. Whether from the area of interest, we can search also.
Sir, maybe we can discuss with experts of those areas, and based upon their discussions, we can generate certain keywords from experts of those particular field.
Yes, Sachin ji, I was about to say this, that there may be some people who might be having some idea, because the research which we are doing, it is not like that we are bringing something from the Jupiter. Okay, some background is there, so something connected to something will be there. So at least there will be some people, at least your guide who has taken you up, you can have a live discussion with them and then try to find out some clue out of it from where you can start. Yeah. Manoj sir, in my opinion, I don't think there is any difference between literature review and literature survey. But one thing comes up is that when we are talking of the surveys, literature survey, then sometimes I have already told you, anything which is literary comes in the literature. Even if you take interview of someone and document it, that is also literature review. So most of the times when we are talking with someone and creating our own document, and that document we are using for our PhD, that can be called as a literature survey. Okay, because you have asked it, because surveys are something asking to someone else. Okay, so when you are going with various places, when you are asking something, you might be taking some interview. In that case, whatsoever the literary part is being generated and you have put it into a document, and you are using that document for your PhD purpose or for reporting anything, in that case it will be called as a literature survey. Hope it is clear to you, Manoj ji?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Clear,
sir. Another doubt, sir.
Yeah. Sir, please carry on.
Sir, if someone asks you regarding the quality of references which you have taken in your study, then what should be the answer? Because if we have taken it.
See, first of all, just now I have told you about literature surveys, or you can say the literature review. So I can say it in this way that literature review can also be of two types. One is your primary and other is your secondary, right? Because this is again a data which you are collecting, right? Data is of two types, primary data and secondary data. So the primary data is always very much authentic most of the time, because you have taken, now it's totally depends on you, how do you sort it, whether you feel it as authentic. And secondly, at the time when you have taken the data, who is the person who is giving you that data? Okay, suppose you have, while doing your literature survey, you have contacted some people who are just outside the mall, something like that. Okay, so in that case, what will happen? The inputs which you are getting will not be of quality. At the same time, if you have asked for certain customers who actually understand certain things about, or who have been using, suppose for example, a person is using Airtel for maybe for 1 or 2 months, so he may not be able to give you that much answer otherwise than a person who may be using it for suppose 10 years or so. Are you getting my point? So in this way, you can just judge the quality of the literature survey. Regarding the literature review, in the same way, those journals which are published from a very long time, secondly, are reputed journals. It means you can say that those journals which are having a high impact factor, okay, and the X score of those journals are quite, in that case itself you can actually those. So that's why it is said that the journals which are of high impact, high quality, the literature taken out from those will be better. Why? Because these journals, why from where these high impact and this all is coming up? It is coming up because there is a factor which is generated which says that how many people have read it, how many people have published it, and how many people have quoted it in their own literatures. So suppose if I am doing something and if I have got some authentic source, I have quoted it in my literature, I will definitely do it, because without that I can't write my review. Okay. So when I am doing it and how many times other people have done it, that will actually create the impact factor of that particular journal, that how much impact that journal is having. So don't worry, we will be having one more complete details of this bibliometric and this all, how we generate it and what actually are these. Okay, so we'll bring out some experts also for that. So that actually carries the weight in your research. So that what is the quality of this? Yes,
Sachin? Can we also say that out of 20 references, 5 have been generated from Web of Science, 5 have been generated from Open Praxis, and 5 have been generated from Google Scholar? Will that substantiate our answer?
You can write it in the summary itself, because sometimes what happens, the source may be very, very good, but still you do not get a proper thing which is relevant for you. Okay, you may get that relevance from something which is not that much famous, because the work has not been done, and whatever work has been done, it's a preliminary work. So you have to kaam chalao with your preliminary work itself, and whatsoever you get, you started with it. Okay, so but there has to be authentic source. When you are putting this in or when you are just typing a keyword for in the Web of Sciences, what is being generated and why it is no relevance for you. So at that time, you must be able to substantiate it, that whatever I found on Web of Science was not proper. Whatever I found on Science Direct was not that much relevant, though it was good. It might be having very high impact, but it is not relevant for me. What can I do in that case? So I have to do whatever is available. That's what I have done. Okay, so you must be able to substantiate it. Okay, and when the research is something like that, which has not been published, mind it, when you are writing something, it is going to be a very high impact one, because it has not been published at all, and you are preparing something which is so authentic and so good. If it is, then published at a right. So this is yeah. Ankit ji, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. I want to ask one question, that which website is more reliable? Is ORCID is more reliable, or Google Scholar? Because both show different data.
First of all, I hope you are now doing well. You are out
yes,
of your.
Yes, sir. I'm pretty well now.
Okay, you have recovered. That's very good. Achha. Now the thing is, what you have just now asked is that which is good. See, I have just now answered it while answering Sachinji. Wherever you find your relevant material is good. Even if some Web of Science, some Science Direct, maybe something others where you do not find something relevant, how can it be good for you? So one must be honest towards his own work. Okay, so it is not like that some papers we are not finding. And now let me just tell you very recent experience I had. I am writing one paper which is on effectiveness of management development programs, online and offline. Now before COVID, the programs were only offline. Previously, the programs, management development programs, which were conducted by IIMs, IITs, and for the development of executives, these were offered only in the offline mode, because they have to go to IITs, they have to visit there, they have to sit in the class for 4 or 5 days, and the professor comes and discusses certain things. And this is a type of consultancy which IITs and IIMs are providing to the industry. Okay, and meanwhile during this period, so they come across various concepts which are new in the market, and they want to train the industry people, and they want to address some industry problem with the experience as a professor, that what theories are coming in the academics now, and how they are doing. Okay, so this can be one of the thing which is now what happens. That is that was the mode previously. Now recently everything is online. So there may be certain things in which the people may be facing some problem. So I found only 3 literature, particularly on executive education. And these 3 literature, one is of 1974, one is of 1994, another one I found was of 2006. I couldn't find any literature recently happened, because this, I don't know why people might not have written on it, but these 3 things only I found on. I have searched Science Direct, I have searched Taylor and Francis, Emerald Insight. So these all are the good websites for management where you can find very good and relevant things, including your ResearchGate and all. Okay, so I could find only 3 things which actually can tell me that what can be the criteria on the basis of which I can decide that what is the effectiveness of this executive education. So on the basis of the parameters of effective executive education only, I'll be able to make the comparison. But I found only these 3 papers. So these 3 papers I found very much relevant. So what I will do, I will pick up certain things from this and will proceed further. Now I do not have any recent things also, and only 3 are now what I will do. Now next step, what I can do is, even if you find 2 research papers which are relevant for you, you can look how they have been written. If these research papers have been written in such a way that they have they might have been written through the literature review. So see that literature review also. Okay, so what, on the basis of what this paper has been written, which is in front of you for your reference, just see their literatures also, and even you can directly refer to that literature, or this is something which is called cross-referencing. So when you go with it, then those research papers which are already having references, if you go with that, you will be having some more references coming to you. Maybe the literature, the research paper which you have just now written may not be that much relevant, but the paper on the basis of which this paper which you are referring, which is not relevant for you, has been written by some other literature, you may find some relevant points for your work in that. So that can be one of the way. So even if you find less amount of literature or less literature, just refer to it, proceed further, and try to find out what can you inculcate in your study. Ankit, hope I have answered you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, one question, sir.
Have some more points to discuss?
Yes, sir. If you are going for a cross-referencing, as you have just said, because literature in your study is very less, can you cite the findings of the cross-reference in your findings?
Yeah. No. It is not your finding. It is something which that person has found for this particular research paper.
No, sir, you have also found. Now your finding has to be matched with other findings.
No. So listen, there is a process for this. Now the paper which you are having in your hand, it might be having some reference and that person who has found something in that paper has written something. Okay. Now what happens that now what is my suggestion? My suggestion is that you please download the entire paper which is given as a reference in that, and read the paper from your own perspective afresh. Okay, do not just indulge in what this person whose paper you are having, in whose paper you have found that reference is don't feel it relevant for you for you. Okay, keep it aside, go in that and find out read the entire paper and find out what is written over there and which takes your which attracts your relevance, because you have the objective in the mind, your research problem is also clear. So from that point of view, you see that paper. Okay, and if you find something relevant, then quote it, otherwise leave it. Okay, that's what is my means the method. This is the correct method. Otherwise, normally what people do, they just, in order to be in, because they are in hurry, what they do, they just pick out the reference from there and just quote as it is. So that will come in the plagiarism, I'm telling you, because you are using the language also what the previous author has taken, and you are, and further, when you in sequence, when you just keep on referring the things in the same way in which the previous author has done, that also is a problem. And secondly, when you will assemble your literature review, because suppose, for example, I have taken 5-6 reviews from the same paper. Okay, so what will happen? These 5-6 reviews, because mostly the review of literature, if you see at the backside of your thesis, most of the time it is in alphabetical order. So again, when you will also arrange it in alphabetical order, these literature will be found in your paper also in the same alphabetical order in which this. So here you will be caught that you have done a blunder. So a person who has, so what my request to all of you is that go for a literature review, a quality of literature review, and it totally depends on our own conscience, right? So you have to do something with all the efforts which you have to put, as if you have found a paper afresh. You have not found it as a reference. Referencing, taking references of some other paper relevant for you will not be totally relevant. Why? Because you are working on something which is new, which is totally different. Or if you are working on the same point on which the other paper has already been written, there is no use of doing it anyways. Hope this makes sense, Sachin ji.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Praveen ji, have some points to discuss.
Sir, in case if we are doing some literature review and we are taking some keywords from that literature review, so do we need to take the consent from the author?
No. Review, see, why a person publishes a research? A person publishes a research so that it should be helpful for everyone. I'm sorry, nobody of you are opening your videos, only I am online, I suppose. So please do that, because we have decided it to be like that in order to make this class interactive. So please do it.
No, video is on, sir.
Sir, our videos are on.
Videos are on.
Why I'm not able to see the videos of others? Because maybe today I'm operating from my mobile also.
You are not visible, sir.
Am I visible to all of you? Am I visible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You are visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You are visible, sir.
Fine. So I will look into the
Yes, sir.
recording.
Yes, sir.
Will be visible. Yeah. So what was the question, Praveen ji? You just told.
That taking consent for
No.
literature.
See, everyone is publishing research for the public, right? Because I'm doing research so that I can showcase it to the general public. It is for the society. Research is something which we do for the society. And if society people are not able to pick up the keywords out of it in order to do some research which is a furtherance of this research, it will be of no use. So there is no use, no consent is required in order to pick up the keywords from any other papers also. No consent is needed in that case. Okay, but if you are using a substantial part of the, suppose for example you are using a substantial part of a book in your thesis, or for example some case study you are taking, okay, and you want to quote it as it is in your thesis, then you may have to take a consent. But let me ask you one thing: why we just need it to quote it as it is? Because we have to find some crux out of it, and in our own language, if we can write something, So there is no need to, just because the conclusion of that particular paper which you have studied and making it relevant in the flow of your own research which you are doing, the entire language will automatically be changed. So there is no need to bother about it. So when you are honest and when you are doing your research isolatedly and putting all the efforts by your own, okay, as if, and you have that I want to bring something new, there is no question that plagiarism will arise. It will never come in your way. Still, sometimes some formulas are of the same type of thing. Suppose some citations are there which you have to use. Okay, so I have to use a language because on the basis of the above, I just conclude. So this language on the basis of the above, I conclude. This will come in the plagiarism, but this is not stated as a plagiarism. That's why that's why no paper can be 100% plagiarism free. There cannot be any paper technically which is called 100%. That's why there is always a limit of 8 to 10%, which allows you to write in your own language. And there are certain things which will come. And let me tell you one more thing. When we are talking of references, these are mostly kept out of plagiarism itself. So there is no question of getting plagiarized over there. Praveenji, hope I have answered you fully.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. So yeah, Ankit, you have some other question or you have something to discuss? Your hand is up actually.
Sir, I want to ask one question that in the 6-month report that we have to submit, what is the limit of plagiarism in that?
I do not allow more than 10%, personally speaking, because whenever you are writing your 6-monthly report, that 6-monthly report also should be your own words, and you must write it in such a way that as if you are writing a thesis. Okay, my 6 monthlies are very lengthy because I consider my my scholars that they will be doing the effort once and then afterwards getting it compiled at the time when they will be submitting their PhD. So it is very, very easy for them, you know, because right from the day one, right from the beginning, they have been doing the efforts in order to make the plagiarism less than 5% or 8%, whatever. So that's what my criteria is. That's what my strategy is.
Sir,
okay,
how
now
to check? One more question, sir.
Yeah.
How to check the plagiarism by our own?
Yeah, by your own also you can check. We have this system over here in our Manipal University, Jaipur. There is one email ID from library itself. library@jaipur.manipal.edu. I think this is the one which is on which you can send your manuscript for getting your getting check your plagiarism. But please do it from your official ID and write that you are doing research, and please mark a copy to your guide also, that what plagiarism you are going to get it checked from here. So we have this software which is called Turnitin, which is a very famous, very good software. Otherwise, online also you can do. There is one more software online. I have not used it for a very long time, but that is called Viper, VIPER. So that can also be used for. But let me tell you one thing. Sometimes these online softwares, what they do is that you are going to get your plagiarism check. They will capture your manuscript and they will put it in their database. So whenever afterwards you will check plagiarism, it will come 100% plagiarized. So this also has happened with me also before. So it's better to just go with this Turnitin software, and it will be carefully done by our library and will be taken care of everything. So that will, I think, and that is a facility being provided by our universities, and why not to use it? Yes, Jayati, you have some question to say and something to ask, I suppose.
Sir,
Jayati?
I have a doubt.
Yes, Jayati, please ask.
I have a doubt, sir, regarding keywords. What if we miss some of the keywords? What effect will it make?
You will get less literature review. What else? But if you miss once, you can just apply it at other time. Okay.
Okay.
Once you have missed, so we do not do literature review at every. Means it is not done in one go. You keep on doing it. One question I asked, when it starts and when it starts.
Excuse me, sir.
let me tell you, it starts before you have started your PhD, but it will never end, I say. Okay. Yeah, Maya, you have something to say?
Yes, sir. I wanted to add on it that suppose if we have few keywords initially, but when we keep on doing the literature review, by reading we will get few more keywords, and then we can go in the sync and we can actually come out with something what we are needing from the literature review.
Please repeat.
So from the like initially, if we have say very few 2 or 3 keywords, but when we are going through those keywords and going through our literature review, then we will get few more keywords out of those literature review, and then we can go ahead. It's not that only the keywords initially what we finalize are the only keywords we are going to use.
ठीक है, fine. That is, yeah, you're correct.
Sir, one question. Sir, one doubt, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah. Carry on. Honey God.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Honey ji. बताइए.
Sir, actually, I just want to know which software we are using in Manipal for plagiarism checking.
Turnitin. We are using a
Turnitin.
software called Turnitin for plagiarism check.
Okay.
Yeah.
That only one. Okay.
Yes.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes, please ask.
Sir, suppose in your study, you got a finding which is not found in other literatures.
Okay.
So in that case, what will you do? Because you don't have a now, you cannot cross-refer it that such and such findings have been also found in other researchers. You have got a finding which is your methodology is correct, your interpretation is correct, and your finding is new to it. Then in that case, shall we write it in our research paper?
See, if we have a new finding which has not been found before, you are very correct, Sachinji, and this normally happens when we are doing a true research. And that what is the outcome of the research also. Have something, have found something new, let the finding be there. We need not to, announce it. It will get announced itself. Why? Because people will start referring you somewhere. They will start reading your papers or your things, and you may get a lot of queries out of it. It means you are well recognized. Okay, so I hope you are talking about the recognition that if I have invented or I have done something new, how it will get recognized by the public itself. So now again, Sachinji, one more thing: when you have written it at one place, change the mode and write some article. Mode means research paper you have written. Now publish one article referring to the research paper that I have done in some newspaper. Okay. And people will start referring your, so this is the correct way of increasing your references also. So if some literary person who is a regularly reader of a newspaper will see it, he will refer it from wheresoever you have put it. Okay. I hope Sachin, I have answered you, or do you have some other doubt also?
If suppose,
I think there is some glitch.
Some issue. Sir, if suppose that finding has been found in a study which is not directly with your study. Suppose you are trying to check the moderating variable effect of gender, age, and experience on certain independent variables, and that particular finding has been found not related to your study. It is suppose it has been found in brand image, or it has been found in consumer awareness. Then can we cite?
Yeah, that can be cited, but it has to be relevant with you, with your work. Suppose I am doing something on the you can say employee satisfaction.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just take an example of what you want to say. Suppose I'm working on employee satisfaction, and if I'm referring something related to consumer satisfaction, that will be wrong. Okay, but at the same time, there will be certain things. Suppose branding. So branding affects a consumer also to retain with that company, and it affects a employee also to stick with that company. So these things can be used. But now I feel that now literature itself says that brand equity or branding is having something to do with the employee retention. So literature is there, but at the same time, this same branding is used for the customer also, right? But the context of this branding being used for the customer and it is being used for the employee will totally be different. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you can use it, but you have to justify the use of the same. Suppose, for example, for working on the employee satisfaction, branding might not have been used before. But at the same time, I want to use it for my research because I feel that this will be of use. So you write a research paper on that, put it over there, collect the data, try to find the findings and try to substantiate it. And go with that sample, which is normal, which is reliable, and the process which you are using must be valid. Okay, go with the random sampling. There has to be randomness, there has to be normality, there has to be reliability. If these four things you are satisfying with your sample becomes replicable towards the population. So populations which you have collected and from which you have collected the sample, if it is having the equal characteristics, then it will be replicable, and that will be an innovation in the field of social sciences or management.
Okay, sir.
Sachinji?
Right, sir. Right, sir. Got sir. Thank you. Got sir. Got sir. Thank you.
Fine. So I hope you will be able to do such type of research, and any help you want from my side, I'm always there.
I'm sure, sir. I will be there, sir.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone? Anything else? Yes, there are more hands raised. So Rimjim Rao, we would like to listen from you, Rimjim.
Yes, sir, that was very insightful. Thank you. I have a question though, sir. In case I'm.
You have to on your video, I suppose. You are on?
Yes, sir, I am. Am I not visible?
Actually, I have joined from phone today. That's why, because it's my computer is still not working. So, and the process of this literature review was to be taken. Still, I will take one more class on that. Yeah, Rimjim, you continue with what question you want to ask.
Yes, sir. In
Is
case
it a
I'm
question or
writing
is
a
it
review?
an addition
No,
to
no,
the
sir,
knowledge?
it's a question. It's a question.
Yeah,
So in case I'm trying to write a this review paper, so I guess it will cover maximum part of this literature survey, if I'm right. Literature review, or you can.
It will.
A review paper. So if I don't have any results of my own to show, so in that case, what can I give insights, like at maximum, how can I make it best if I am
Review
writing?
paper, the outcome of the review paper can be a model generation, right? So when we are doing a review paper, mostly you are doing a qualitative research, right? Mostly you are doing a qualitative research when you are going with the review paper. So when you keep on reviewing certain things which the people have already done, right? And let me tell you one thing, it is more difficult to write a review paper rather than an empirical paper, because empirical paper, you just do 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, and you need not to do. But in review paper, you have to establish certain things which have not yet been established. And then only your review paper will be accepted as you have written a real literature review.
So I need to include some results of my own, or only the literature survey in this review paper will do?
Whenever you are having, see, that's why we formulate the research well in advance. No, what happens now? Review paper are written in two ways. Okay, one is you do not have any problem and you want to find out the problem from the reviews. That is one way, and you already have in your mind, and then you start researching the literature review, and then you come to authenticate. Yes, this was the theory which I was having. Oh, I got 4 more variables to add it, so I have a better model than before. And this model has not been tested also. Why? Because people have not considered these variables. But I already had some idea in my mind, because which has actually, so the model which is already existing was in my mind, which might have been done by someone else. Now I have reviewed the literature in order to authenticate the model which has been in the existence, and I have got something 3-4 more variables adding into it. Now this is what is the base which I have prepared. Okay, so this is one. Another thing is, I do not have any idea. I have just started studying the paper, and with the stream itself I come to certain conclusions. So that can also be a review paper. But let me tell you one thing very clearly, that these reviews which you start with some idea in your mind are more fruitful than you do a review without any idea in them. Both are researches. Both may have an outcome, but at the same time, the outcome will be more authentic and more substantiated in case when you start with something which is already there and you come up with which is totally new, or you start that there might be aisa ho sakta hai. Okay, and then we will be coming up with something which is more relevant. Got it?
Yes, sir. It's clear to me now. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Who else is there to ask? Yes, Sachin, you want to ask something more, Sachin ji?
No, sir. No, sir. I think it's by mistake, sir. Sorry.
Fine. So I hope now there are no hands raised now by the time, if I'm not wrong. So if anyone still, yeah, Ritu ma'am, are you there? Maya?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Ritu ji, how would you like to conclude today's session?
Okay. I think for the literature thing, we talked about a lot of possibilities, but there is one starting point that we spoke about was keywords. So let's take away and let's keep it in our mind. Keywords is something where we don't have any option. We have to go by whatever topic is, and then how do we arrive at keywords? Could be many ideas. It is one, what you want to do. Second, probably you have a discussion with your guide. That's more important, and you and your guide together decide the keywords. So that will make it more practical, make it more relevant. So that's one thing we have to start. Second, we also talked about what could be the renowned platform, the good publishers and the citations. That how many times the research is been referred by people. So more citations, more relevant the research is going to be in the field is what is automatically been understood. So maybe good platforms and what this platform is actually been doing for so many years, how many people are actually enrolled to the platform. So it's probably the flow of the people would be very important in that. So platforms, publishers and citations is the second step we have to look for when we're looking for a good literature. Third thing we also talked about is relevance. Now relevance is again a very subjective thing, which again you and your guide have to do a lot of discussion on what will be relevant, what will not be. And I think it is more of your conscience and more of your intuition. I would not say really intuition. It is like the science and the intuition all together. So relevance is something again will be a pivotal point where again we will be onto crossroads and we have to take a lot of emotional decisions, lot of scientific decisions at the same time. So relevance would be a point of discussion where the literature might take turns. And the fourth important point, as we also discussed, was about cross-referencing. That how to again go into the things. Maybe in case we have a minute, I would like to have an example for that. Do we have a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so see, for example, I was studying grid and geometry of Red Fort, the gardens, because so I gone to a book which was by Anita Shekhar Mukherjee, maybe one author who has written a book on Red Fort. So when I was reading about it, my topic was grid and geometry and not study the entire Red Fort. So already the keywords were there in my mind that I'm looking for grid and geometry. So by looking at one reference, I got to know that there was one reference where she's talking about a the value of a guz because it was Islamic landscape. So again, there would be some unit which will have to be looked at. And then I got to know Irfan Habib has written a book on which the value of guz is mentioned. Now I go to Irfan Habib and I found out what was the guz and I get my answer. So that's probably is a good example of a cross-referencing really helps. So maybe Anita Shekhar Mukherjee's book was not that relevant to me because she's talking about everything on Red Fort. But Irfan Habib's one paragraph was more relevant to me because that gave me more answers. So I suppose
and would like to add up over here with one more thing. Then I will get back to Sachin ji. And the thing is that let me just because today is Gurupurab of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who is a guru of the entire world. So I just wish you all his blessings may come to all of you, and may he give because he gives me a conscience to talk. Okay, I talk from whatever he gives me. I don't have anything of mine. And this is truly I'm telling you. And let he give that conscience, that you can say wisdom to all of you to just do. And one more thing, that it happens only sometimes that whatever you are trying to find, you find exactly the same thing which you are finding, and this happens only by the grace of God. Okay, so trust in God, believe in God, and whenever in the morning you wake up, then pray to Him that you find whatever you want to find, because there are certain things which we can control. So we should control what we can control. And if we try to control which is not in our control, you will be frustrated. Okay. And what can be done in order to control the other things which is not in your control? So pray to God, He will control it in your favor and you will get it. Okay. So there are certain things which you can believe on God and trust on God, and just a small trust will get you the things even if it is impossible. That's my experience. Right. So that is what the thing is. Yeah. Sachin Srivastava, you want to add up some certain things, sir?
Yes. I have a query, sir.
Yeah. Please ask.
Can you add thrice or 4 times or 5 times a particular research in your paper? Is it wise to do so? Suppose his findings.
It can be done, because sometimes in the same literature, in the same paper, the person has concluded certain things at certain stages. He might not have concluded it at one time. Secondly, at the same time, your flow of the literature review is not relevant to quote that thing which is very, very good at one place itself. Right? So you have the option of quoting that thing down somewhere, maybe up somewhere where it has to be relevant. See, first most formula for doing a literature review is relevance. Rest all things are secondary. Relevance has to be there, and nobody will ask you that why you have quoted it over here, because you know that quoting over here will make more sense than quoting it anywhere else. And if there are 2 or more things being quoted in the same paper, no problem in taking it from there. But you must have a proper authentication, means why you are doing it, you must be sure about it. And when in flow, see, literature review is like a river, I'm telling you. It is just like a river. You just sit beside the river and you observe it. Okay, what it does, चीजें अपने आप बहती चली जाती हैं, और वही सुंदरता है. अगर आप किसी चीज को अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में ले जाने की कोशिश करोगे ना, तो इट विल क्रिएट अ प्रॉब्लम. सो रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर शुड बी लाइक अ रिवर. लेकिन मैं ये नहीं कहता कि आप बहाव के अपोजिट मत जाइए, बहाव में मत भइए, आपके लिए नहीं है ये. दिस इज फॉर लिटरेचर, सो प्लीज डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन दीज टू. Okay, so when you are writing a literature, it should be like a river, that it is flowing, and when a person reads your literature review, he should be having a wow effect. क्या यार, क्या मजा आ गया, क्या लिखा है यार, क्या बांधा है यार, है? तो इस तरह से होना चाहिए. that it should tie up the things in such a way, the sequence has to be maintained, that you are able to start from a generalization and you have come to a specification with authenticating certain things. Totally depends on your research problem, but it has to be so. Let it flow, let the things come up, and even if you have to quote a paper 2-3 times, no problem. I don't have any problem in it. And even I have written certain papers in which I have quoted 2-3 times, and while writing your PhD also, it will happen that you may have to quote some author 2-3 times. No harm in that. Rather than just putting that thing in your own words and saying that it is mine, that is not acceptable.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so
right, sir.
I have answered you, sir.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Ankit Sharma ji.
Yes, sir. I would like to wish you a very happy Guru Purab.
Oh, thank you.
And I was also listening to some bhajans in the morning of Guru Nanak Dev Sahib, and I also got a lot of energy from it. And
great.
A very happy Guru Nanak Jayanti to you, sir.
Thank you. You can see me in a special dress today, so this I am wearing for this occasion itself.
Sir.
We went to Gurdwara in the morning itself, and I just for your class I came to the university. I reached here at 10:55 on the computer. It was not working. It is still not working. So I thought I will take it over here, because the second thing was the literature review on which we have to discuss. This process of literature will go on, because these discussions I think are making sense, which actually ignite you to just how you should do your review, because most of the unethical things happens when you are doing your literature review. Okay, so here itself, if we are correct, if we are ethical, if we are bound with what the things are, if our objectives and the problem of is clear, we can proceed further in a very smooth manner, right? So anything else? Yeah, Maya, you are silent from a very long time. Would like to say something?
No, sir, I was just listening to the lecture and I had no doubt so far, sir.
Okay, great. So your contribution is also equally important, Maya. So keep
Thank
contributing, and thanks to all of you for making this class so lively and so good. Yeah, Manoj.
Happy Guru Purab, sir.
Thank you, Rimanji. Thank you. Yeah. So Ankit ji, want to say something more?
No, sir. I would like to just say that that I am omniscient and I believe in all religions, and I don't want religious fights. I want just development, and I think this should be the thinking of everyone.
Great, great, great. Thank you, and I hope this is time to end the class. So we'll see you up tomorrow again. Thank you, and wish you a very good day. Stay safe and be with your family and do whatever you can do for this world. Thank you. Thanks all of you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.